My dear brothers, I'm going to speak to you today straight up, like we talk in the neighborhood. If you're a man over 60 and your erections aren't what they used to be, it's not just about age. No, my friends, it's about blood circulation. And if the blood doesn't reach where it needs to go consistently, fully, and at the right time, no pill in the world will solve the real problem. That's the raw truth. But listen to the good news. You can reverse this naturally, safely, without medication. I am Dr. Christine Luvombu, urologist and men's health specialist with over 25 years of clinical experience here in Kinshasa and throughout the Democratic Republic of Congo. I've helped thousands of men regain the confidence, vitality, and performance they thought were lost forever, and many of them started in worse conditions than yours. Most people will tell you to accept decline as normal. But what if I told you that 4 simple exercises, no equipment, no gym, no prescription, could significantly improve blood flow to your penis and restore healthy, lasting erections? What if the real key to sexual vitality after 60 isn't in your hormone levels or expensive treatments, but in your circulation and the muscles you've neglected for years? In this guide, I'll show you exactly what these 4 exercises are, how they work, and how quickly they can make a difference. They're easy to learn, backed by science, and surprisingly effective. They've changed lives right here in Kinshasa, Lubumbashi, Goma, everywhere men have decided to take back control of their health. So stay with me, dear friends, because in a moment, I'll guide you through each one with detailed descriptions so you can practice them at home. And once you understand what's truly possible, you'll never look at your body or your future the same way again. Before we dive deeper, if improving your health and regaining confidence matters to you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any simple, effective tips that could change your life. And if this message resonates with you, write 1 in the comments. Otherwise, write 0. I'm here to learn what really helps you. Okay, let's start with the first step, the most overlooked one. An exercise that targets the muscle responsible for maintaining an erection. It's simple, discreet, and incredibly powerful once you learn to activate it correctly. I'll describe every movement in detail so you can do it easily. Exercise 1. Pelvic floor activation, male kegels. Let's start with the basics, my dear brothers and sisters. First, you need to regain control of the muscle group that directly affects your ability to get and maintain an erection, the pelvic floor. More specifically, we're talking about the pubococcygeus muscle, or PC muscle. It's a deep internal muscle that most men have never even thought about, but it's essential for firmer erections, better bladder control, and even more intense orgasms. With age, this muscle tends to weaken, especially if you sit a lot, don't exercise regularly, or have gone years without regular sexual activity. But here's the truth. Just like your arms or legs, strengthening the pelvic floor can change your life. Now, let me explain exactly how to do this exercise. Listen carefully. I'll detail every step. First, sit comfortably on a chair or lie on your back on your bed or a mat on the floor. Keep your legs slightly apart and relaxed. Imagine you're urinating and want to stop the flow. Gently contract the muscle you'd use to stop the urine. You should feel a slight tension at the base of your penis and around your anus, as if you're pulling those areas inward and upward. Do not tense your buttocks, thighs, or abdomen. Only the pelvic muscle should work. Hold this contraction for 5 seconds, count slowly, then fully relax for 5 seconds. Repeat this movement 10 to 15 times. That's 1 set. Do 3 sets per day, morning, noon, and evening. The key is control. You're not just contracting and releasing, you're reconnecting with a muscle that may have been inactive for years. With consistent practice, most men start noticing changes in just 2 to 4 weeks. Erections become firmer, more responsive, and longer lasting. You may even start waking up with morning erections, a sign your circulatory system is returning to normal. Even issues like urinary dribbling, which many men struggle with in silence, often improve dramatically. The best part? You can do this exercise anywhere, sitting in a taxi bus in Kinshasa, at your desk at work, while watching TV at home, even while praying in church. No one will notice. But inside your body, something powerful is happening. You're awakening the foundation of your sexual health, and it's a huge first step. Now, if this internal muscle can make such a drastic difference, imagine what happens when you activate the surrounding support systems. Muscles that drive circulation, movement, and arousal from the base. In the next exercise, we'll do a full body movement that not only strengthens the pelvic floor, but also increases blood flow throughout the lower region. It's a dynamic move that builds strength and might surprise you. If you're still here and this resonates with you, leave a 1 in the comments. I want to know you're on this journey with me. Let's continue to the next important step. Exercise 2, bridge pose with pelvic lift. Once you've started reactivating the pelvic floor, the next step is to strengthen the surrounding muscular support system. One of the best ways to do that is with a simple but powerful movement called the bridge pose with pelvic lift. This exercise is more than just a stretch or core workout. It's a way to activate the entire muscle chain that influences blood flow, posture, and lower body nerve function. By practicing it regularly, you strengthen the glutes, lower back, and deep abdominals while stimulating circulation in the pelvic area. Here's exactly how to do it step by step. Lie on your back on a mat or the floor. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground, hip width apart. Your heels should be about 30 centimeters from your buttocks. Place your arms along your sides, palms down for stability. Now, push slowly through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes firmly at the top. Your body should form a straight line from shoulders to knees. Hold this position for 10 seconds while breathing normally. Don't hold your breath. Then slowly lower your hips back to the floor. That's 1 repetition. Do 10 to 12 repetitions per set, aiming for 2 to 3 sets per session. Practice this exercise 4 to 5 times per week. What's happening during this movement is subtle but crucial. You're creating a pumping effect, a rhythmic contraction and release that promotes blood flow to the lower body, including the arteries that supply the penis. At the same time, the nerve pathways that influence arousal and performance are activated. And because it's a compound movement involving multiple muscle groups, it also helps restore stability and endurance, 2 key elements for sexual confidence. Another benefit, it counteracts the damage from years of sitting, whether at the office, in Kinshasa traffic, or in front of the TV. Prolonged sitting restricts blood vessels and weakens the muscles that support healthy erectile function. By practicing this regularly, you're not just strengthening your body. You're literally training it to deliver blood where and when it matters most. And here's something men don't always expect. As the muscles and blood vessels in the lower body become more responsive, many report improvements in balance, energy, and overall stamina, not just in bed, but in daily life. You'll climb stairs without getting winded, walk longer at the market, play with your grandchildren. But we're not stopping there, dear friends, because strength and control are important. But flexibility plays a quiet yet crucial role in unlocking circulation. Next, a movement designed to open the hips, release hidden tension, and increase blood flow to one of the most overlooked areas of men's health. The effects might surprise you. Exercise 3, seated butterfly stretch. Now that we've built strength and control, it's time to focus on something equally crucial: flexibility. With age, we tend to lose mobility in the hips and inner thighs, which can have a surprisingly big impact on sexual performance. Tightness in this area can compress blood vessels and restrict flow to the pelvis. That's where the seated butterfly stretch comes in. Simple in appearance, but highly effective. This movement opens the groin, relaxes the hips, and improves the elasticity of the connective tissue that supports erectile function. Here's how to do it correctly. Sit comfortably on the floor or a mat. Keep your spine straight, don't slouch. Bend your knees outward and bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. Your legs should resemble butterfly wings, hence the name. Hold your feet or ankles with your hands. Let your knees gently drop toward the floor. Don't push or force. Just let gravity do the work. Breathe deeply and relax into the position. Hold the stretch for 30 to 60 seconds. Release gently and repeat. Do 3 to 5 repetitions per session. Practice this exercise daily, preferably morning or evening before bed. The goal isn't extreme flexibility overnight, but gradually releasing built-up tension that restricts blood flow and movement in one of the most important areas of the male body. As you hold the stretch, you'll start to feel a gentle warmth in the hips and inner thighs. That means blood flow is returning. Over time, this daily stretch improves circulation, reduces stiffness, and restores a feeling of openness and relaxation in the pelvic area. Many men don't realize how hip tightness can block the very blood their body tries to pump during arousal. This stretch helps reverse that silent restriction built up over years. Plus, it has a hidden emotional benefit. Flexibility exercises like this activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and relax state, which helps reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, and promote natural arousal. It's not just about stretching muscles, it's about creating internal conditions that allow blood to flow freely and pleasure to return without tension or hesitation. And there's more. The more freedom you create in the hips and pelvis, the more effective the previous exercises become. The strength you've built now has space to move, expand, and express itself. You'll feel more agile, open, and in harmony with your body. But now let's go one step further, dear brothers, because even with strong muscles and open pathways, you need something to keep everything moving. In the next exercise, we'll connect to your body's natural rhythm. We'll stimulate a powerful chemical your blood vessels depend on and get your entire circulatory system working like before. Or even better, if you're still following and finding this helpful, write 1 in the comments so I know you're with me. Let's move to the fourth and final exercise. Exercise 4, cardiovascular walking with active arm pumping. After reactivating the pelvic floor, building strength, and unlocking flexibility, the final step is movement. Real, sustained movement that puts the entire cardiovascular system in your favor. That's where we introduce a seemingly simple but incredibly powerful habit: walking. Not a casual stroll, but intentional, brisk walking with what I call active arm pumping. This isn't just exercise, it's medicine for the circulatory system. Here's how to practice it effectively. Choose a time of day when it's not too hot, early morning or late afternoon. Wear comfortable shoes and light clothing. Start walking at a brisk pace, faster than a normal stroll, but not as fast as jogging. You should be slightly out of breath, but still able to talk. Now, the key element: swing your arms vigorously. Bend your elbows to about 90 degrees and pump them forward and back, not side to side. When your right foot steps forward, your left arm swings forward. When your left foot steps, your right arm swings. This swinging creates a natural pumping effect that improves blood return to the heart. Keep good posture. Head up, shoulders back. Breathe through your nose if possible, exhale through your mouth. Walk for 20 to 30 minutes at least 5 days per week. As men age, blood vessels naturally stiffen, and the heart has to work harder to move blood efficiently, especially to areas like the pelvis. Walking stimulates circulation from head to toe, helping arteries stay elastic and responsive. By adding active arm pumping, you enhance venous return, improve oxygen delivery, and boost production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule your body produces to relax and dilate blood vessels. And here's the best part. Regular brisk walking is one of the most effective natural ways to increase nitric oxide levels. The result? Better blood flow where you need it, when you need it, without relying on pills or complicated interventions. Over time, you'll notice your legs feel lighter, your energy improves, and your mind clears. But most importantly, you'll start feeling a change during arousal. Blood flows faster, fuller, and more easily. Erections become more responsive because the entire supporting system is trained and optimized. What surprises most men is how this simple practice influences everything else. It amplifies the benefits of the first 3 exercises, improves heart health, reduces stress, and supports the hormonal balance needed for healthy function. It's not just walking, it's putting the whole body in motion. How these 4 exercises work together. And this brings us to something truly important, dear friends. It's not just about the individual exercises, but how they work together, like parts of a well-tuned machine. When every part is active and aligned, the results go far beyond what any single movement can offer. Each exercise alone provides clear benefits: better pelvic control, improved circulation, greater flexibility, and more endurance. But the real power emerges when you combine them. That's when deeper, lasting change begins. Don't think of this as isolated movements. Think of it as a complete system that retrains your body to function as it was designed, even after 60. The pelvic floor exercise lays the foundation. It restores internal control, the ability to activate the muscle that directly supports erection and bladder control. Without it, blood flow simply doesn't stay where it should. The bridge pose strengthens the glutes and lower core, improving posture and muscle coordination while boosting blood flow through the arteries leading directly to the pelvis. It amplifies the pelvic floor work. The butterfly stretch unlocks the surrounding area, improving range of motion in the hips, thighs, and groin, areas where blood vessels can get compressed and stiff over time. By opening these tight spaces, you create more room for blood flow, easier movement, and less tension during arousal. Finally, cardiovascular walking with active arm movement integrates everything. It's the circulatory engine that drives oxygenated blood to every part of the body, including the most intimate areas. It stimulates nitric oxide production to relax blood vessels and support the flow needed for erections. Without movement, none of the other systems work optimally. With it, everything comes alive. Practice together, these exercises start reshaping your physical foundation. You're no longer just hoping for better function, you're actively creating it. Over time, your body responds. Blood vessels become more flexible, nerves more sensitive, muscles more resilient. The mind feels less anxious, and confidence returns, not from a quick fix, but because you've rebuilt something real. Conclusion and message of hope. This approach isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming strength, vitality, and presence in your body now, in the years that matter most. Dear brothers and sisters, at this point, you've seen that restoring erectile health after 60 isn't about trying to be younger. It's about reconnecting with your body, recovering what time and inactivity may have taken, and learning that real improvement doesn't have to come from medication, frustration, or shame. It can come from movement, awareness, and consistency. Just a few intentional minutes each day. Each of the 4 exercises we've explored is powerful on its own. Pelvic floor activation gives you back control. It awakens a muscle that silently supports your most intimate functions. The bridge pose strengthens the lower body and stimulates circulation, helping blood flow freely and stay where it needs to be. The butterfly stretch opens the hips, releases tension, and gives your body space to move and respond. Cardiovascular walking is your engine. It drives blood flow, activates the heart, and reminds the body how to come alive again. Together, they form a system that supports not just erectile function, but energy, balance, and confidence. Because, let's be honest, it's not just about sex. It's about feeling alive again. Waking up with purpose, moving without pain, and knowing your body is still capable of giving you strength, pleasure, and vitality. And perhaps for the first time in a long while, you're not just hoping for improvement, you're creating it. Progress won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Maybe you'll notice a firmer response. Maybe you'll feel stronger climbing stairs. Maybe your balance improves, or you wake up one morning with a reminder that your body still works and still wants to. These are small victories, but they add up. And when you start seeing them, don't stop. Build on them. Be consistent, patient, and trust that change is happening beneath the surface, even when you can't see it yet. You're not broken. You're not too old, and there's still time. This is your reminder that healing isn't just possible, it's already underway. So take what you've learned here, incorporate it into your routine, and give yourself permission to thrive again. Because the truth is, life after 60 still has so much to offer, and when you care for it, your body has more to give than you ever imagined. If this touched you and you're ready to take control of your health, start today, right where you are. And if you found this valuable, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're still ahead. God bless you, my dear brothers.